There has been widespread speculation and a flood of different reports about the true impact of the strikes on Iran's nuclear sites. The operation, known as Midnight Hammer, targeted the Fordo fuel enrichment plant, Natanz and Isfahan using B-2 stealth bombers, massive bunker buster bombs and Tomahawk missiles. Since then, official statements, intelligence leaks and international monitoring bodies have painted very different pictures of how much damage was actually done. President Trump has called the strikes a spectacular military success, insisting that Iran's nuclear capabilities were, quote, completely and totally obliterated. He said the strikes delivered a clear message that any retaliation would be met with even greater force, but the Pentagon has been more cautious in its assessment. Defense spokesperson Sean Parnell said US defense believes Iran's program has been pushed back by 1 to 2 years, describing the damage as extremely severe but not necessarily permanent. Adding to the uncertainty, a leaked Defense Intelligence Agency briefing suggested the setback might be much shorter, just a few months, pointing out that while the strikes destroyed above-ground infrastructure and entrances, some underground facilities may have survived intact. That leak prompted a sharp response from the White House, which dismissed the claim as a low confidence and early draft and said the leaker should be held accountable. Meanwhile, the CIA and Director of National Intelligence, Tulsi Gabbard, have taken a harder line, privately telling lawmakers that the strikes caused monumental damage to Iran's enrichment operations, destroying key metal conversion and centrifuge assembly facilities that could take years to rebuild. They argue that while Iran still has the know-how, the physical damage and material loss are significant enough to set the program back for a considerable amount of time. The International Atomic Energy Agency, led by Rafael Grossi, has confirmed that the strikes caused enormous damage, with Fordo's centrifuges now inoperable. However, the IAEA has also warned that Iran could restart some enrichment activities within months, especially if it withholds access to inspectors and moves stockpiles off-site, something Iran is already suspected of doing. Tehran, for its part, has downplayed the damage in public statements. Supreme Leader Ali Khamenei called the strike superficial, saying Iran had safeguarded most of its highly enriched uranium and that the program remains intact in spirit and in capability. Iran has since restricted cooperation with the IAEA, pushing back against demands for immediate verification. Outside experts and independent analysts say the truth is likely somewhere in between. Satellite imagery confirms that some above-ground facilities were badly damaged, but the Fordo site's depth, believed to be up to 80 meters underground, may have protected critical equipment. Some analysts argue that damage to ventilation shafts and entrances could cripple operations for years, while others warn that Iran's scientific expertise and scattered stockpiles could help it rebuild much faster than the White House suggests. So right now the picture is murky. President Trump insists Iran's program is wrecked. The Pentagon says it's badly damaged but not destroyed. The DIA leak points to a much shorter delay, while the CIA and the IAEA believe the physical damage is severe but not a permanent solution. Iran claims it's still in the game, and with inspectors being kept at arm's length, verifying what's left underground is getting harder by the day. The final word on the strike's success will likely come from future intelligence and IAEA reports if access is ever restored. Until then, Washington, Tehran and the rest of the region are left guessing how long this setback will really last and what Iran might do next. For more analysis on international issues, stay tuned on NewsX World.